God dang. We got the tee down, boys. Holy shit. We're taking it back right here. We're going way back. Way back. This game came out before probably like half of you guys were even born, so, you know, that's kind of cool. I was 8 years old when this came out, dog. 8. Oh my God, the big whipper, the big tea sipper. Holy shit. So YouTube is literally changing their like streaming shit on a daily basis. Literally. So I'm having to try to like figure out what the hell I'm doing because they're changing everything. Like every time I get on there and stream, it's like a whole different kind of menu and the way you got to go through things and everything. So stream should be looking good, but give me some AOKs in chat if it looks good, sounds good, feels good. You know what I'm saying, dog? Ooh! That was a big boy. Cracked my sack on that one. That was a big daddy fatty. Oh my God, look at this shit. What in the hell? They don't make them like this no more, boy. They don't make them like this no more. Holy shit. God damn, Rusty Nail. Oh my God. So, are you technically supposed to jump, like, on the back of this thing? And then jump off of it? Is that the vibe right here? Dude. Why do they not do this in games nowadays? Somebody please explain this shit to me. Oh my God, that is so badass. Like, oh my God. Where has these days gone? I don't know. Dude, they need to make... You know what they need to make? First of all, they need to hire the Spency boy on the MX vs. ATV team. I mean, we all know that. You know, we've known that for a few decades now, but... what they need to do, here's just another one of those grand old ideas old Spency boys got, right? What they need to do is come out with like an MX vs. ATV collection game for whatever those next consoles are, and PC, obviously. So it needs to have like MX Unleashed, MX vs. ATV Unleashed, MX vs. ATV Untamed, Reflex, Alive. That's about as far as I'd go. Have all those games in one game, all the DLC included, new updated multiplayer servers on the new consoles that actually work for all those games, and it's all in one package. You can charge people $60 like a normal AAA game. I swear to God, you will make so much money. You will make so much money. It's sad that there's so many awesome like MX vs. ATV games from that time period between like 2004 to 2011, you know, kind of in that time period, but, you know, people move on, like consoles change, people move on to PC, and then before you know it, it's like all this shit just gets so scattered, you know? I feel like they need to find a way to kind of put all that into one game, kind of like they did with the Master Chief Collection for Halo, but not have such a disastrous launch like that had. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I would buy that kind of game in a heartbeat. Like a PlayStation 5 MX vs. ATV collection game. I would buy that shit in a heartbeat. And I know a lot of other people that would buy that shit in a heartbeat. Just to have it all right there, you know, all in one. You could play anything you wanted to between all these different games. I mean, I feel like, you know, obviously Reflex was the pinnacle, and then Alive was LeBron. When Reflex was Michael Jordan, you know, it's kind of like that. So I would at least have Alive in there, but I wouldn't go any further than that. I wouldn't like, not only because it's not really old enough, anything past Alive, but also it's not really that good enough to put in a collection, to be honest with you. So, hey, what's up, Drew? What's up, everybody? I see all y'all boys in chat. You're some legends. The dudes out here. The dudes. And the dudeskies. Cannot forget the dudeskies. But I just think it'd be cool if they made a game like that that had all multiplayer, working multiplayer servers for all these different games, you know? Yeah, still don't know the full story behind all the Reflex files getting lost. So think about how crazy this is, dude. I cannot get over this fact. So you see how this game is right now. I'm literally holding down the fucking A button as the throttle. Okay? You see how the terrain looks? You see how this game is? Looks pretty outdated. Imagine going from this game to Reflex in 5 years. 5 years. Just imagine. Just imagine how much they were able to develop this shit in 5 years. Like, you see why I get so pissed off at some of these modern day games that have came out 15 years after this, and they still have this level of shitty on track, no rut, no, not really terrain deformation, shit like that. They still have a very standard basic hit a button playing animation whip system, milestone. You start to understand why I get so pissed off at that, because it only took them 5 years to go from this to Reflex. 5 years. This came out in 04, Reflex came out in 09. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, big dog. You starting to understand where those rants are coming from? You starting to understand? Yeah, they've improved on graphics, but in all reality, let me go to an actual race here, and I'll just show you. It's so funny the comparisons you can make to some of these modern-day milestone games to MX Unleashed. Flat tracks, basically no character to the tracks, no terrain deformation, no ruts. Let me just show you what I'm talking about here. Let me just show you what the fuck I'm talking about. A lot of this shit's locked. We're going to play through some of this today. We're going to have us a good old time out here. We'll go to Enchilada Ensenada. One player, wait. Number of players. Yeah. 250. Opponent difficulty is like a percentage. Yeah, okay. Five laps, single race. Okay, hell yeah. So, I just want you to think about this, okay? Think about all the comparisons you can make to a game that came out in 2004, to games that are coming out still to this day in 2020. I just want you to remember, look how badass this Pro Circuit bike is, though. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing, dude. This is the Spencer Turley Big Hossin Special right here. Shit looks like a spaceship with purple lights underneath it. What the hell? How fucking badass is that, dude? Silver Pro Circuit, like chrome fucking Pro Circuit with the purple accents. Are you kidding me, dog? Where has all of this gone? This is swag in every way, dude. This is like big baller status in every way. Gears like some fucking McGrath level, like purple custom. Oh, dog. Okay, either way, let's start this up here. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Show you what I'm talking about. It just cracks me up because you can see the evolution of these MX vs. ATV games. You know, you can see the evolution of the track designs, the physics, feeling on the bike, whip systems from MX Unleashed to MX vs. ATV Unleashed to Untamed to Reflex. And you can see how Milestone has not made a lot of those same advances in their games. They're still stuck back in these kind of way old track design days. That is literally bigger than any jump you will ever hit on a MXGP game ever. I'm just going to come out and say that. Like, ever on any track. That's bigger than any jump you will ever hit on an MXGP game. But let me just look at the track, okay? See how this shit is it's just pre-built, pretty much flat terrain. All the way around the track. See how this shit is? At least they had berms in this game. At least I can say that. At least they had bigger, fun jumps in this game. They don't even have that on the MXGP games. You know, there's like a little bit of kind of pre-made roughness, just like you'd have on some of those MXGP games. But really, there's no cushion to the dirt. No real pre-made ruts, just like those MXGP games. right? It's just so, like, when you get past the graphics of those official MXGP games, I swear to God, it is the most basic, outdated goddamn track designs you have ever seen in your entire life. You could literally, if it wasn't for the graphics, you could go back and compare MX Unleashed to just about every single one of those milestone MXGP games. You could literally compare them, like an actual, versus comparison between them. That's how similar they are in, like, track designs and everything like that. It is hilarious when you realize that, dog. You guys remember that video I made when I said it was like Unleashed has better whips than MXGP Pro or some shit? Y'all remember when I made that video? Like, that ain't no joke, dog. It ain't no joke. The whips are kind of more like hitting a button, playing an animation back in these days. Same kind of shit you had in all those MXGP games. Same kind of shit, right? It's pretty damn hilarious when you realize that. And it's like, dog, whoever was working on this between this and then the 5 years that they went to Reflex, whoever was working on these games in that time period, you guys are literally the greatest motocross gaming developing people ever in the history of ever. You need a triple raise on what you're doing. You're probably not even working there anymore. That's probably why we got, Alive and then MX vs. ATV Supercross and then Encore and all that horse shit. But whoever was working on these games from this 2004 to 2009, please come back. Please. Please, dude. Like, I'm begging you, dude. I'm fucking begging you. Oh, man. Ooh, I need a seat bounce that, dog. There's some Mac Daddy fatty lines on this. Oh, man. What's up, boys in chat? We're just out here reliving the good old days. Oh, man. Before it was even MX versus ATV, bro. Back in MX Unleashed. If this ain't a vibe, I don't know what the hell is, dude. I don't know what the hell is. Spency boy full-time streamer out here. It's kind of cute. Kind of funny. Ooh. Man. It just cracks me up, though, when, like, I would have thought at this point you would have been seeing, like, actual pre-made rut designs, actual terrain deformation that makes ruts that can grab you, and all that kind of shit on those milestone games. I really thought at this point you would have been seeing that. Holy shit, gonna catch a buzzard out here. I really thought, man. Really thought. Yeah, I was 8 years old when this came out. I remember playing this very faintly. Very faintly. I also played some of those, oh my god, these fucking jumps. Yeah, I remember playing not only this, but like when the ATV games were just ATV. They weren't, it was, before they mixed that as well, like ATV Off-Road Fury or whatever the hell it was. Right, I remember playing those quite a bit too. My cousin had Off-Road Fury, either the first or the second one, ATV Off-Road Fury. I remember playing that shit a lot. Like, that was the days, dude. PlayStation 2. Oh, man. Oh, man. So I'm actually playing this on an Xbox 360, even though it's an Xbox game. Back in the days when you could actually do backwards compatibility. That was fun. So yeah, technically this is a original Xbox game. Oh yeah, not talking about Xbox One. Yeah, original Xbox. Good one, Microsoft. Way to cheese everybody on the fucking naming your consoles. Good one, dog. So original OG Xbox, right? That's what this was out on, and PS2. Back in those days, I had like PlayStations. I had like first PlayStation, PlayStation 2. Then I got the original Xbox, and I got the 360. That's kind of how that went down. That's basically where my gaming journey started, was on a original PlayStation. Yeah, some of you boys that literally have no idea what that even is. You're like, what? What the hell's an original PlayStation? I don't know what that is. Fuck is that ancient ass thing? Yeah, so OG, like, original PlayStation. Then when the PlayStation 2 came out, I remember that real specifically. We also had like a Sega Saturn. That shit was kind of wild. We also had one of those. Yeah, I played Excite Bike 64, where you could build the custom Supercross tracks and shit. That was pretty fun. That was a good old time. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in the stream. I am looking at chat. I'm just kind of chilling right now. Just reliving the good old days. Good old Moto Mika in the chat. Boys, I need one more member to unlock another custom emoji slot. Literally one more member. So all you got to do is hit the join button. You can see everything you get with that. I was on there in the Dudeski voice chat of my Discord last night playing MX bikes. We had like 10 dudes in there. 10 dude skis in there. Let me clarify. Had 10 dude skis in there. It was a really fun time, dude. So be sure and look at Booth. Holy shit. My ass handed to me, boys. I raised that difficulty up 10 clicks. I think it made a difference. Yeah, Excite Bike was going way back, dog. What the hell? I guess it like... See, I don't even... It's been so long, I don't even remember like if it goes to like technically heat races and then it goes... I just know there is some Mac Daddy jumps, bro. But yeah, that's a perk you get with becoming a member of the channel. It gives you access to the Dudeski role in my Discord, so you can get in there and talk with me in Discord. That's where I'm hanging out when I'm in here playing these games off stream. In there hanging out with the boys. So it gives you access to that. We've been having a good time over there. I'm hoping to really push that and grow that quite a bit more. I think it'll be pretty fun. We're too fast, too furious and dudes out here all day long, bro. This would have been about the year Too Fast, Too Furious came out, if I'm not mistaken. 04 or somewhere around there? I think so. This may have been a little after Too Fast, Too Furious. I can't remember exactly, but pretty close either way. Man, it is something when you come back to these days. And the craziest part about it is, I would rather play, get this shit, I would rather play a game like this with this kind of jump fun factor, these kind of physics and all that, even though they're super outdated. I have more fun with a game like this than I do something like MXGP 2019, the official video game, right? I know it's going to sound crazy to some people, but believe it or not, like, I just cannot stand motocross games where there's just no goddamn fun factor to anything. They try to make everything way too one-to-one scale, way too realistic and shit. Yeah, obviously this is getting a little out of the realm of realism. I mean, obviously, but, you know, I would rather have it a little more unrealistic and at least still fun and kind of skill gappy versus way too realistic and boring, right? That's kind of how I classify MXGP 2019. It's just the most boring game you've ever played in your life. Feels like you're going slow everywhere. Every jump is tiny. There's no ruts. There's just nothing to the game. Nothing to the game. Like I say, yeah, these track designs are super outdated even in Unleashed because it was made 15 years ago, 16 years ago actually. But, so that was just expected back in these days. You can't even hate it for being these kind of track designs back in these days. That's just the way it was back then. But at least it had jump fun factor. At least it, you know, had some kind of movement. At least it was like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm telling you, dog. And then every advancement after this, you know, I think MX versus ATV Unleashed was just like this game, but better, right? Then they got to Untamed, which improved on some things, but I feel like maybe didn't quite live up to how good MX vs. ATV Unleashed was. Then they went to Reflex, and it was like, oh, shit, dog. That just blew all these games totally out of the water, and it ain't even a question. And then ever since then, they've just struggled so much to get back to that reflex level, you know? They still ain't done it. I'm just telling you. They still have not made a game that has been not just like, not even mentioning like better than Reflex. You know, you'd imagine the game after Reflex might be better than Reflex. No, I'm not even talking about it being better than Reflex. They ain't even made a game on the level of Reflex. Like, not even, bro. I'm just telling you. Like, yeah, Alive had some fun little elements to it, but like some of you boys were saying in chat, you know, a lot of people have these conspiracies that they lost all of the files to Reflex when it all went to the, Nordic shit, and Rainbow Studios kind of left the franchise and all that. It all changed. It's almost like they made some kind of deal where Rainbow just took all the files or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but you can obviously tell Alive is not really made off of Reflex. You can tell it's like a whole different kind of game. It's just not, it's not really like Reflex. So, whereas, you know, you can tell like MX versus ATV Unleashed was sort of made off of this game. And then Untamed was kind of made off of MX versus ATV Unleashed. And then Reflex, I don't even know. That shit was next level, dude. That was like super next level. I mean, man, the evolution took them 5 years to go from this to Reflex. 5 years, bro. That don't even seem possible. When I say it like that, it literally seems like I'm just fibbing. Like, what? You went from this to Reflex in 5 years? Are you kidding me? It don't even make sense. Like, literally does not even make sense. Okay, let's go to another track. I'm like Infinity and Beyond racing on that shit. Sipping on some teas or herb, stream going up on a Tuesday. So back in these days, so the freestyle was technically like the free ride, you know? So you went in here like, oh shit. You went in here, oh, this was back when you had to use the D-pad. You literally cannot use a thumbstick to go through the menu. You have to use a D-pad. So you go to freestyle. If you're looking for the free ride in this game, this is it. You know, you go to freestyle and then you go like this and you can go through them, right? So we're going to go in there and kind of play through the campaign a little bit. Have a little bit of fun here. Do a little career on Supercross. AMA, amateur, yeah, let's hit this. Houston. Okay. So I'm playing through this, going back through and unlocking some stuff. Yes, I know there's cheats. Cheat Planet. I know how the shit was back in the day, bro. There's cheats all over the place for these games. Yes, I understand you can unlock everything with the cheat, but I actually like to play through the games. You know, it's kind of fun. So, boys, we're just having a good old time out here. Dude, it's fun going back to these retro days. It's a good-ass time, dog. So you literally can't even change your button layout to where the throttle is on a actual trigger. You have to use the A button. There is no button layout to where you can change that to the trigger. Like, holy shit. And the fact they go from that to dual stick controls and terrain deformation and all that in 5 years, it's pretty damn impressive. Like I say, Reflex was a decade ahead of its time. A decade. Pretty rare when you see games that are that far ahead like that, you know? Very rare. This does give me Excite Bike 64 vibes, though. Like the way these Supercross tracks are. Definitely gives me some vibes like that, no doubt. Okay. Obviously, any super chats that I get, I will read off your message in the stream. Ooh, look at that. Nice little landing right there. Oof. That's a triple. It's a tripski. What is this supposed to... This is kind of like a Anaheim-style track. Got the little rocks on the side and shit. It's kind of cool. Boys, I appreciate you tuning into all these streams. I guess I'm just a streamer now. I don't know. I'm really enjoying going in here and doing these streams, man. Not only are they popping off like nothing else, but obviously I'm getting members, I'm getting super chats. There's like a monetary reason to be doing it on top of I'm just having way more fun doing this than just making videos on top of everything else. So we will be getting back to the MX bike streams and normal streams and shit like that here pretty soon. I just wanted to change her up a little bit here, boys. Oh, you can definitely overjump that. Oof. Still kind of got that little technique of landing on the back wheel, preventing you from popping off. So it still has a little bit of that action in the game, which is kind of cool. Kind of an interesting little gameplay element to it, right? Okay, so some smaller jumps right through these little sections. And obviously you have a Race Cam 2, which is a little bit more of a zoomed in race camera. Kind of get more of this sort of vibe going. I feel like a lot of these old school games were played with more of a zoomed out camera view though. I feel like most of them were played like that back in the day. Turley wins. The Turkey boy's getting it done out here. Holy shit. Yeah, the Ricky Carmichael versus Pastrana shit. Oh, man. Yeah, massive ass berms. It's just such a vibe, like, such a vibe. Yes. What's up, Talon? What's up, dude? Bridgeport, hell yeah. Dude, I don't know. There's a lot of freaking old motocross games between that, like, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 days that, I need to come in here and try to stream some of that shit. That'd be cool. Just to go back and, like, check out some of those old retro games that weren't necessarily like a MX versus ATV game, you know? Be kind of sick. We always got to take a guzzle of the tea on the start line. You know what it is, boys. Holy shit, freestyle cam. It only had one slot cam. So, you know, it progressed from having this one side on the right side slot to then once you got to like Untamed, you could have a slot on either side. Then when you got to Reflex, you could obviously like customize the slot, like where it actually was. Then the helmet cams back in these days. Oh my shits. Literally no fender. No fender, no nothing at all. Nothing. It's like they just attached the camera to the absolute front of the bike. There's just nothing there. Oh my god, that's funny. Then it developed into, I think with MX versus ATV Unleashed, they started getting the actual where the fender was there. Then it advanced, and then it advanced, right? God, that is so crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of them, though. There is so many of those, like, kind of what you call more, like, off-brandy motocross games. Kind of not so, like, mainstream, not so popular from all those time periods. Like PlayStation 1, you know, Nintendo, 64, all that kind of shit. There was a lot, dude. Like, I remember seeing motocross and ATV games all over the place back in those days. There was definitely like a boom with those kind of games at that point in time. You know, I feel like there was a time period where even if you weren't into motocross or whatever, like you still played it, some of those motocross games from like 2000 to 2007 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like everybody that had a PS2 played Unleashed, MX versus ATV Unleashed, right? And then ATV Off-Road Fury, I feel like even if you weren't really into it like that, it was that mainstream to where everybody played the shit, Everybody did. Kind of crazy when you think back to that, dude. Whereas nowadays, it almost feels more like, you got to be into it in real life before you're going to go buy, like, MX versus ATV All Out. You know what I mean? It's a little more like that now. Or you got to be into real life, watching real life AMA Supercross and shit before you want to go buy the official Supercross game. It's kind of more like that now. I'm not saying it's totally 100% like that, but it definitely is more like that now than it was back then, no doubt. Look at the little, where they tried to get all unique with the whoop sections, right? They had to try to do like different interesting things where they like had little like rutted lower areas on the whoops in some of the spots. That's kind of funny how they did that. Kind of funny, dude. This game came out in 2004, bro. 5 years before Reflex. Only 5 years. When I think back to that, that don't even seem right. I mean, just think about it. Like, it took Milestone. It's been about 6 or 7 years since Milestone kind of started making, dirt bike games. I guess Mud was technically their first one. Good old Mud. So you see why I start to say things like, come on now, Milestone. Where the hell's the pre-made ruts? Where the hell's the actual solid terrain deformation? Where the hell is all the content? Where is this, that, and another? You start to understand that more when you realize they went from this to Reflex in the same amount of time they went from, like, MXGP 3 to Supercross 3. You know what I mean? Maybe not quite that long, but close to it anyways, for sure. And yeah, they have made improvements, don't get me wrong, but just not to the level that I thought they would have at this point. So, back in these days, they didn't even have a, like, look at we're champions. Trophies. Oh, dog. Trophy for the big hoss. Dude, look how badass that is. Literally, like, they give you a trophy and shit. Oh, bro. These were the days. These were the absolute days. Like, this is just cool. Like, what the fuck? This is just cool shit, Actually present you with a trophy on screen. They have lost all of that kind of vibe nowadays. It's all gone. That is so cool. Had hit records on my demos. Did y'all boys not get them memo? Okay, let's move on. We got the 125 National Series. Let's see what we got here. Let me make sure I've got this on, 3 laps. All right, cool. Grand View. I just can't get over the bikes, dude. Like, look how cool these bikes are. Like, what the fuck is this purple frame, custom purple frame? Like, dude. Had the FC Honda. It just looks so cool. Like, I don't know any other way to explain it. Obviously, the Pro Circuit bike's fucking thug nasty. Where is the, they had the KTMs as well. Look at that. That's back in the days when KTMs weren't winning shit. It was like when KTM was, just kind of first started coming around. Suzuki's look so cool in this game. So classic. The YZs look awesome, giving you that like Chad Reed YZ vibe. And then the silver Pro Circuit spaceship. Are you kidding me, bro? With the purple accents. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like the difference in, you know how everything's made out of plastic now? Shit used to be made out of metal. That's how this game looks, motherfucker. This game looks like it was made out of metal, dog. I don't know any other way to explain it than that. I know that doesn't really make sense, but you know what I'm saying. The real ones know what I'm saying, bro. Oh, my. Okay, cool little standard woodland vibe track here. This is back in them days when every track had a vibe. You know, they've kind of lost that nowadays. Back in the days when you had, like, Rattlesnake Canyon and fucking Juniper Park and Northern Lights and shit like that, you know? I want them to do that. That's another little idea I have for MX versus ATV. You know, why have you guys not hired me yet? I have no idea. But another little idea, not just the MX versus ATV collection game idea, but also you need to come out with a game that whatever, like your new MX versus ATV game or whatever it is, maybe it could be even be a DLC pack in one of your newer MX versus ATV games at some point in time. You need to like have recreations, remastered versions of all these older tracks and some of these different MX versus ATV Unleashed, MX Unleashed, Untamed, stuff like that, and you've like went in there and remastered it, remade it for that newer game. You know, so you can ride with the newer physics and stuff on some of these older tracks. That would be badass. You know, here's just another one of those giving you ideas for free out here, MX vs. ATV. I'm telling you, people would lose their absolute shit over that. Just telling you, bro. They would lose their minds over that. Not just me going in there and, you know, testing your physics now that I have 8 to 10,000 hours into the 360 version of Reflex, 8 to 10,000 hours into MX Simulator. I play all these games all the time. This is all I do, right? Not only do I have all that kind of, you know, input I could give to the game, you know, predicted everything in a brother as far as like issues with different motocross games before they came out, all that kind of stuff. T-Sipper, the predictor, you know what it is. Not only have I done all that, but also I am the idea legend. I've got so many goddamn ideas for these games. It ain't even funny, bro. Could you imagine how much fun in a game like this, like this kind of style game, if they would have had a moon freeride track with low gravity? Could you imagine how much fun that would have been in one of these games? Like literally lower gravity moon freeride track. You know, you could jump in and out of craters and shit and like just float. That would have been fun in one of these games. But, you know, they didn't hire the Spency boy on, so, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. No big deal. No big deal. That's just the start of the ideas, by the way. Plus, they need a goddamn real talker inside of the development team. They need somebody that ain't scared to go in there and say, no, this sucks ass. We need to change this. We need to fix this. They need somebody that's, you know, not worried about making friends and being all political and trying to fit in with the crew. And they need somebody that's going to go in there and tell it like it is so that the game ends up being better by the time it comes out instead of way after, games after, multiple games after. Oh, now you're finally doing the stuff Spence was talking about like 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, cool. No. Why don't you just... That's what I think is the problem. They don't have enough internal criticism going on, especially in Milestone. I don't know how the fuck they function on some of their development of their games. Like, could you imagine them developing MXGP 2019 and actually thinking that game was, like, good when it came out? Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine having the whip system when Supercross 2 first came out? And you guys remember that? Before they updated it? You imagine having that shitty of a whip system and then just releasing the game like that? Can you imagine? I can't at all. Can you imagine coming out with the first official Supercross game and not even having a free ride track at all in your AAA dirt bike game? Can you imagine that? I can't. I really can't. And then on top of that, charging you for their one and only free ride track is paid DLC. You know, the whole desert free ride track in the first Supercross game. Oh, wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being that greedy? Can you imagine being that out of touch with the community? Can you imagine? I can't. Shit's kind of crazy, isn't it? Can you imagine having the tough blocks of Supercross 3 when it first came out? Before they updated it? It's as if they didn't even test it. Can you imagine? I can't. I really can't. Oh my God, one of the Milestone developers just took me out. It's insane, dog. Look at the snow effect. Oh my God, that's so badass. I'm telling you, game developers are getting lazy now. And they've been lazy for like 5 to 10 years now. They're getting way too lazy, way too money-oriented, way too spreadsheet-oriented. It's gone down the shitter hole for a lot of different games. Call of Duty went down the shitter hole. Motocross games went down the shitter hole. Halo went down the shitter hole. A lot of games were so much better before 2010. A lot of game, pretty much every single game franchise was actually making better games pre-2010 than they are now. Straight up. More content, more effort put in, more bang for your buck, everything. Literally everything. I mean, yeah, you got better graphics nowadays, but like in a lot of occasions, that's about the only positive that you do have in a lot of different kind of games. It honestly is. I mean, come on now. You're really going to sit here and tell me like Halo fucking 4 and 5 is the same as Halo 1, 2, and 3? You really going to sit here and tell me that? You really going to sit here and tell me Call of Duty Advanced Infinite horseshit is the same as the original Modern Warfare, World at War, and Modern Warfare 2? You really going to sit down here and tell me that? I didn't think so. You really going to sit here and tell me that MXGP Pro is better than Reflex or Unleashed? Really? I don't know where you're at if you're thinking that, but so it kind of goes, I don't know. It's been like a whole shift, paradigm shift. I don't know what the hell you call it. It's been a whole shift in gaming development in the past decade. It's so different now than what it was pre-2010. It's a whole different animal. Is that a fucking elk? They actually put elks on their tracks back in these days, you know? If you want to talk about content, they had elks on the track. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah, I haven't really learned the whips of this game much yet. Trying. I can only turn this one thumbstick so hard, you know what I mean? I'm trying to kind of start getting on the brakes a little. Just being on the gas with the A button instead of a trigger has got me like all jacked up. Slackjaw? What kind of epic vibe shit is this? It's like a swamp, rainy... Oh my God, dude. Look at this shit. Hello? Yeah, there's a whip mod for this game on PC, or, yeah, This is literally playing it on a console, though, so I don't have any mods or anything like that. Look at the vibe here, though. Oh my god, dude. This is like Florida swampland. I'm in shock, bro. This is so badass. Dude. Dude. Come on now. It's like they just made such one-of-a-kind tracks. You know? Everything didn't just feel like it was like copied and pasted assets over and over and over and reused bullshit. You know, this feels like all these different things on this track was used in this one track, and that was it. They just had a way of making things feel so, you know, one-of-a-kind like that. Oh, damn. Got rocked on real quick. God, dude. I would have made some vibes back in these days. That's what they're missing nowadays. Just letting you know. With, you know, track uniqueness and shit, that's totally gone. Especially in those milestone games. Yes, they are making replica games, like I get it, but they could have way more interesting vibes on some of their free ride tracks and, you know, some of their, like, other kind of content they have in their game that's not their replica stuff. They could have so many more vibes on that shit to make it more interesting and fun and not so repetitive looking. You know, that to me is what makes a lot of these games so fun, is when you go from like racing on a damn swampy, rainy, you know, alligator bite your toe off to snow northern lights. Then you come over here to some pharaoh jumping through portals. Then you come over here to, you know, whatever. That's what makes it like fun to me, because it just feels so like every different track you're on is like a whole different world, you know? And with Reflex, all of its free ride tracks are completely different vibes. You know, one of them's like desert style, one of them's standard woodland, and one of them is snow vibed. So that made all those tracks feel real different. White flag, boys. White flag. Get my ass handed to me. It's all good. It's all good. Collision is interesting in this game. Oh my god, pulling fucking tricks. Dude just like pulling a trick, kicking my face in over the damn jump. These boys wasn't playing around back in these days. They was more worried about freestyle than the damn race. Holy shit. You just gotta love that, dude. Like, I don't care who you are, you just gotta love that, bro. Holy crap. But yeah, I think we're up to like 14 members on my channel now. So that's really cool. I appreciate all you guys that have went ahead and became a Dudeski. I appreciate you. Obviously, like I said, gives you access to the Dudeski role in my Discord, which I was just in last night playing MX Bikes multiplayer. Literally in there talking to all the members and all of my buddies and stuff in there. So gives you access to that when you become a member. I'm trying to kind of grow that a little bit. It's kind of like making a team without having an actual team, without it being an actual official team. It's kind of like that, kind of like a little clan, little club, whatever you want to call it. But it's kind of what I got going on with the whole memberships in my channel. All you got to do is hit the join button. Might be kind of hard to find that on mobile, but once you do hit that, it'll explain everything you get with it. I need one more member to get another custom emoji slot, so hoping we can do that in this stream at some point. Yeah, bro. Doha. Oh, look at this shit. This is some Israel. Look at this. Yo, I heard they were making like a Battlefield 3 on PC with custom map shit. Any other boys hear about that? For whatever reason, this track right here reminded me of a map that I played on Battlefield 3. That's why I even thought of that. Damn, Battlefield 3 was pretty fun. Battlefield Bad Company 1, 2, and then Battlefield 3. Those are fucking awesome. Look, camels. Oh my God, we got camels. God, look at this though. Just feels like you're in a whole nother damn place. Polar opposite from the track vibe we were just on. Right? Yeah, I remember, yeah, you guys are saying Halo. Yeah, there's like a damn, I think it's on Halo 2, isn't it? Or you go in there and you kill those big ass, like, what do they call them? Are they predator hunters? I can't remember what, it's been a long time since I even played Halo. Like those old school ones, right? But yeah, I remember that one campaign mission, you're like on this same kind of vibe area on Halo 2. God, Halo 2 was fun. Woo! That'd be fun to go back and play some of that in a stream. Holy crap. Master Chief Collection, that'd be a good time. Give me a 1 in chat if you want to see some Master Chief Collection streams. That'd be kind of fun. Do a little multiplayer on some OG Halo shit. Be kind of a good time. Just for a stream. Just for one. I'm not going to totally change my content. Smarter than that. It'd be fun to go in there and play some Halo 1, 2, 3 multiplayer. Make kind of a good time. I'm surprised they haven't made it like a Call of Duty collection game yet. What's up, MLG? I appreciate you, dog. Popping into another stream. What an absolute legend. I'm really shocked they have not made a Call of Duty collection that's got, you know, the original Modern Warfare, maybe even like Call of Duty 2 and shit, but the original Modern Warfare, World at War, all the DLC, all new multiplayer working servers, Modern Warfare 2, you know, all that included, original Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, all that shit in one game. Like, why have they not done that yet? I don't know, but there would be a metric F load of people that would buy that. Just saying. I think you're going to see that, though. I do think you're going to see a Call of Duty collection at some point. I don't know if you'll ever see an MX versus ATV collection game, but that would be awesome, dude, if we had a, like... Oh, and I heard the Master Chief collection is going to be able to run on, like, way higher frame rates on the next gen consoles. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be cool if you could have like Halo Master Chief collection, Call of Duty collection, MX versus ATV collection, literally 3 disc, all of them can work with all those amazing old games from the past decade in newer updated multiplayer servers. You have all those games, all those campaigns, all those zombie maps, all those tracks, all the DLC, everything. 3 game disc. Dude, I could sit there and play that shit for months. Just those 3 games. Halo Master Chief Collection, Call of Duty Collection, and MX vs. ATV Collection. Like, oh my god. Holy crap. That would be so cool. If that was possible on the next, you know, just having all that shit on the next console. That would be so much fun. If they were smart, they would do that, you know, and Call of Duty has kind of been trying to do that a little bit with, you know, the Modern Warfare Remastered and Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered and all that horse shit. I think they're kind of going down the wrong road with that, though. They need to just make a collection versus doing all this remastered shit, because it's getting lost in the abyss anyways without them, you know, you got to have it all in a collection or it gets lost, you know? I mean, there's probably not really a whole lot of people even play Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered anymore. Like, yeah, it was cool when it first came out. Then they started adding new guns and all this random horse shit to it, and I feel like that kind of killed a lot of people's vibes on it. So it's definitely not the same game anymore. So that was kind of a bust. That was kind of stupid. They need to just make collections to where they don't change the original game at all, but you create new working multiplayer servers for all these amazing games, and you just have all the DLCs, so, you know, all the DLC zombie shit and all the DLC multiplayer maps with, like, World at War and Black Ops 2 and all that type shit. you know, having all that in one game so that you didn't have any of that, like this dude has the DLC and that guy doesn't, you know. What the hell is this? Telling me to tap my clutch, bitch? Tried to give me a tip. Holy shit. There's the trophy. Trophies. Trophies. I do not stay at the Intercontinental. Champagne in the tub song. Dude's asking me about off-season SX2 on MX Sim. That was definitely not my favorite track ever. It was a good track, but not my favorite one ever. So now we got the 125 National Rainbow Championship. Black Hills, dog. I know one of you dudes are just asking me about that track. Let's get it. Yeah, I've not played the Cold War beta shit yet. I don't know what they're doing with Call of Duty now. So now they still have like the Battle Royale with Modern Warfare, the new one, obviously. And now they're coming out with another game that's not going to have a Battle Royale, but it's going to have like its standard multiplayer. I don't know how they're going to do all that. I really don't know how they're going to do all that. Now you got to see why I'm at the back of the pack, 'cause I never take off when everybody else does. Holy shit. Oh, that's a cool little cabin. I want to go stay at that on the weekend. No big deal. Yeah, I got my two eyes on the game and my third eye on the chat. I'm just a savage like that. Don't worry about that. Just kind of a savage like that, dude. Oh my god, that berm. God, this track is just like all corners. All big daddy fatty berms. Oh, thank God for that little landing right there. That little landing saved my life. This is kind of cool little vibe. Got some more crows. Dude, Suzuki just like fucking crawling. Look at the berms. I don't know how you could have made berms any bigger. I really don't. I really don't. It's got a cool like fall vibe cabin. Damn, dude. Even this track's got a vibe to it, like. Ooh, shit, could you jump that bitch to the side? I'm seeing some James Stewart level jump side quad shit. I don't know if you could do it. Let's see. So I gotta be careful and not like right here. Oh, look at the little geyser. Shit, I didn't even notice that on the first lap around. That's pretty cool. Got that nice little contrasty blue geyser in the middle. That's kind of badass. Okay, we need to hit this around the outside. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, jump to here. It's like a triple nipple. All right. Oh, yeah, we got this 125 fucking scooting. I'm talking, I don't let off the throttle. At all. At all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself, know your worth, boy. Just know your actions speak louder than your words, boy. Oof. 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 Okay, we got some pretty gnarly-ass jump rhythms. Gnarly-ass jump rhythms. Yeah, you could literally tape my damn thumb down to this A button right now. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't change anything. I really wanted to do some videos like that on MX Sim because there has literally been, even Reflex, I could do that on a lot of tracks. Literally taping my fucking finger all the way down on the throttle and get around the track. Because I've done that before in some of my wide open videos. I've literally done that all the way around the track. Woo! Landing in the wheelie out here, Axel Hodges. Turkey boy, the legend. This turkey can fly. This was a pretty cool little track, though. That's kind of badass. Okay, moving on down the line. Manassas Park. I think that last S might be silent. Manassas. Manasseh. Mayonnaise. Let's just call it Mayonnaise Park. No big deal. No big deal. Sipping on the tea. Sipping on the tea. Ripping and tea sipping. 125 ripping, tea sipping. Okay. Quad 5.7. All right. No big deal. No big deal. Quad 5.28. No biggie. Ooh, that's a tough one on the 125. Ooh, that's going to be a toughie. That's going to be a tough one. This is actually the track I had in the thumbnail of this stream. Coming around like right over somewhere around here. Dude, I think this gameplay actually looks pretty damn good, though. Now that I raised up the brightness and added a little bit of saturation. Dude, it makes some of these older games look really good on stream. Like, I hope some of you guys are noticing how much better my gameplay is looking now that I've done that. Makes the shit not so dull looking. Dude said MX Bikes Beta 15 releasing in 2 weeks. That's cool. That is legit. I'm ready for that. Look at the, like, purple tree in combination with the standard green trees. That was an interesting little touch on this track. Certainly. Okay, triple. All right. Yeah, that's helped out the visuals of my content a lot. Now that I've started actually adding a little bit within my recording software, start adding, not making it look like super edited, like some of those girls on Insta. Not like that shit. You don't want to get to that level where it's like saturation 3000 and it looks like some weird bullshit. You just want to enhance it just enough to where it just looks better, not like weird and different and over edited, You got to find that real good balance in between brightening it up so it looks a little better on YouTube and adding just that little bit of saturation so it's not so dull, Just makes everything look a little bit better. So I've been messing around with that quite a bit. And what made me do that was I went in there on that 350 video on 350 on the James Stewart Compound MX Bikes video, right? That track was so like dull and dark and boring and basic looking when I first uploaded that video. So I went back in and adjusted on the brightness and the saturation, and it totally changed how good that video looked. That's when it kind of woke me up to like, okay, I need to get in here and start, adding some visual enhancements to my streams and gameplay. Makes everything look just a little bit better, man. So the way you can do that is, you guys kind of asked me how I do the saturation and everything. So there's kind of two ways to do that. Either you can do it on your monitor, you know, you can just raise your brightness or saturation or settings on your monitor, but you're kind of limited when you do that. You can only, like, you know, make it so bright on most monitors and things. So what I do is I adjust all that within my recording software, right? So you can go in there and adjust settings on that, and then whenever you have that on and recording, not only is it going to look like it when you're playing it on the screen, but it's also going to record it at a more brighter, more saturation level or whatever settings you have. So that's how it kind of works. So I do it within the actual recording software. Okay, moving on down the line. Boys, it's just fun playing these games, though, dude. Sanika Booty? That's good. That's a good one. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. No big deal. What the hell? It's raining? Okay. We out here on the Spency Booty track. No big deal. Oh, shit. We got some rainy vibes. Yeah, this would have been right about back in the days of like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You can kind of tell the graphics of games. You can tell the graphic evolution of games, and you can like, at least with me, I can just about tell all the kind of games that came out from a certain time period just from the graphics of it, you know? You can tell when it came out. I don't know exactly when San Andreas came out. It would have been like 04 to 06 or some shit. Something like that. Or 07 even, maybe? I don't think it was that late. When did San Andreas came out? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? Somebody give me a little fact check on that. I'm going to guess 04 to 06. I can't remember, though. I remember playing that game when it first came out, though. Shit was on another level. Oof. Felt like that was like a game of life when it first came out. It's crazy. 05, yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. But I can tell these graphics are kind of similar, you know, to San Andreas, like the terrain and everything. Pretty similar. Oh, shit. Be nice if I could hit that corner while I'm looking at chat. Be nice. That'd be a dandy. 04. Yeah, so I was like, what, right on the money? I mean, did we expect anything else? I don't think so. What's up, Chief Keith Sosa? What's up, dog? Okay, a little triple up to here, a little triple up to here. Yeah, so they came out with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, then it went to that weird Grand Theft Auto that had those like really cool like loose car physics and shit. You know, the one after San Andreas. It's kind of a shittier game overall, but the car physics were certainly interesting. It was like really like loose. Some people would call it more realistic car physics than like GTA 5, you know? Yeah, Liberty City or whatever the hell that shit was, yeah. I just remember that game for the car physics. That shit was actually a lot of fun. Oof, oof, oof. It's kind of crazy how you can go back and play Reflex. Like, obviously, when you go back to these days and you play a game this old, like, you can feel how old it is. You know, it's like, damn, okay, I can feel how old this is. Like, this feels old. But when you go back and play Reflex, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like, oh shit, this is like super old feeling. Like, what the hell is this? It feels like, why the hell are they not making the current motocross games like this? What the hell happened? So that's kind of the difference when you go back and play Reflex versus going back and playing something this old, you know? Holy quad daddy fatty. Damn, they were definitely had some quad fantasies back in these days. It's kind of cool, this track, though. Like standard woodland, but it's got the rain vibe going. Interesting. Very interesting. Nice little S corner to the little double. Okay, thanks. Appreciate you giving me the clutch tips. I need some tips. I need some clutch tutorial. MX Unleashed clutch tutorial coming soon. Don't worry. Fox Park. Was this sponsored by Fox? Yeah, this actually looks real similar to Motocross Madness. You know, this is what evolved from Motocross Madness, right? So, hold on. Got a super chat. Got to read this shit. This is coming from Motocross Shreds _614. Sent me $2. He said, GTA 5 Motocross is better than MXGP. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas dirt bike physics are better than MXGP 2019. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cute. Yeah, it's kind of sad when you can make those kind of comparisons. Kind of sad. Back on another fall vibe track. Pretty cool. It's always cool when you're playing on kind of the season that it is in real life, but in a game. It's always kind of a good time. Just out here railing the berm, just absolutely on the throttle. So back in these days, there was no real like adding, you know, exhaust to give your bike more speed and acceleration. There was no real tuning. The bike just was what it was. So not only did they evolve on all the stuff, like I'm saying, in the 5 years from this game to Reflex with terrain deformation physics, free whip system, everything, but then you obviously had all of the, you know, tuning, and, you know, tuning kind of came around in Untamed. I don't know if it was in MX versus ATV Unleashed or not, but, you know, then you started getting the bike parts. So Reflex just had everything. You know, it had bike tuning, it had bike upgrades, terrain deformation. What's up, Zach? What's up, dude? Had a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? And then you get to Alive, and then you don't have 252 strokes other than in that one little secret bike on the track, secret free ride track shit. So that, you know, and then you didn't really have like a full-blown Supercross series. So you could already sort of see the things they started taking away in Alive from what it was in Reflex. They had already started taking things away, right? You didn't really have like a trail series in Alive, I don't think. I don't remember anyways. You know, like the Omnicross and shit like that on Reflex. You didn't really have much of that in Alive because they started trying to go down this half price, we'll make it DL, you know, a shitload of paid microtransactions. That was the worst decision they could have ever made. Ever. So then basically what happened then was you got, you know, MX versus ATV Supercross after Alive, which should have just all been in Alive in the first place. You know, so then they kind of split it into two games. What should have just been one game was then split into two games. And then somewhere along the lines in there, they kind of lost the physics feel of Alive once they got to MX vs. ATV Supercross, which was super weird. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. Then the filling on the bike got super restrictive, and weird, and I don't know what the hell they did with the physics. Seems like it just got worse after Alive. So yeah. It's been pretty rough for MX vs. ATV over the past, few years, past decade. Yeah, old Chief Keef out here, the Alive baby. Oh, what the hell? How did I just go off track? Well, I was kind of riding with my eyes closed, but I think that was some bullshit. I don't think I went off the track. You kidding me? We got the Yamaha team boys out here. Chad Reed and fucking... Dude just did a no-hander. Did you see that shit? He just did a no-hander. That cracks me up when they throw those little freestyle tricks over these jumps in a race. Yeah, one of you guys said you'll become a member sooner or later. Yeah, just whenever's cool, man. Even if I'm not on stream, once you become a member, all you got to do is DM me on Instagram at Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters. I check that shit frequently throughout the day. So even if you become a member off stream, I'll get you in the Dudeski role of my Discord pretty much pronto ASAP Rocky. I get you in there pretty quick. And if you become a member during a stream, that's one thing I do as soon as I go off stream, is I go through there and make sure I've got all the new members in the Dudeski role of my Discord, and I put you down on a list for, obviously I shout you out in the stream, but also I give you a shout out in a future video as well, so I write you down for that as well. That's what I do after every single stream. I was just on there playing with the members last night on MX Bikes, talking to everybody in the Dudeski voice chat. That was a good old time. Had some fun in there. So I'm going to start getting on there in that voice channel a lot more. This track's not bad though, dude. This one's a little more mellow, jump-wise. Not as extreme as some of the other ones we've been on. Damn, I barely won that. Holy shit. Dude asked, what days do I stream? Well, it's kind of been an everyday thing here recently. Shit's just been popping off. How can I not? These things have been popping off so much. I'm getting 3 times the amount of views on these streams per stream than I would on a video. Literally 3 times. I'm getting like 3,000 views a stream. Plus the memberships, plus the super chats. So not only, and plus it's more fun. I mean, come on, it's just more fun to stream. So, like, I just want to stream every day. This shit's just too much fun not to, and I'm making so much more money not to. It's like a win-win. What's up, MX Kid? What's up, dude? Alright, I'm going to go take a fat piss. Let me hit the pause button. This tea's hitting good. You know when I have to get up to piss, that tea's hitting good, dog. BRB. This fancy boy back at it again. Holy shit. Yeah, you gotta be a big hoss to piss like that, dude. Just saying. You know you're a big hoss when you go to piss, it's just straight tea comes out. That's it. That's it. Kidding, obviously. Kidding, obviously. If you have literal tea coming out, probably need to go to the doctor, big hoss. That's a little too big hossin'. That's a little too big hossin'. Look at this little track. Holy shit. About to bop this dude. Okay. Oh my god, though. Like, varying freaking jump faces. Holy crap. It's like a little deserty vibed New Mexico. I don't know what you'd call this right here. A little cacti in the background. A little cacti vibe action. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to add for that next custom emoji slot for the members, but once I get one more member, I will have unlocked another slot for that. So I'm kind of, I don't know if I want to put like vibe or if I want to do, I don't know what I'm going to do on it. I'll come up with something cool though. Once you become a member, you can use that in the live chat and in comments of the videos. So it's kind of a cool little thing they got going with that. Oh shit. Damn, these dudes are racing me hard. There ain't no doubt about that. Take out that Zuki. Take out that dude doing a no-hander out front. What an absolute legend. These AI back in these games were just savages, dude. Absolute savages. Oh, landed in the Willie, no squilly, wet Willie Wednesday. Oh, Spency boy, the legend. The big T sipper, big T dripper. We out here on the 125, you know what it is. The 125 kid, the 125 boy. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a palm tree emoji just because of all my damn fucking tropical themes and vibes and shit. So that's kind of basically the main two themes to my channel is obviously space and then tropical. Those are kind of the main two things. So yeah, we'll see. Might have a palm tree, might have, what I wanted to do is have like vibe lettering, like I have like dude and sup and all that. Have vibe lettering, then have a palm tree emoji. Then, I don't know. A couple things, that'd be cool though. Yeah, so, and that all goes back, if you're wondering where all that theme shit comes from, it all goes back to the first things I not only did on my YouTube channel, but the first kind of custom tracks I made for MXM. You know, obviously, first dude to make a space track in a motocross game, all that shit. But then I was also one of the, I'm not going to say I was the first. I know I wasn't the first, but I was definitely one of the first people that really started to push the whole tropical vibe thing on MXM, right? There was definitely some tropical tracks before me, but, and obviously there was tropical tracks like back in these games and shit, but I was certainly one of the big dudes that pushed that whole tropical vibe on the custom tracks for MXM. Definitely. So, it's kind of where those themes originated from. Then it was the vibe, saying vibe in every video, so that just went right along with the whole tropical chillin' shit. Then that got into the T sipper, T is the key, space boy, moon, you know, think outside the box. Like, I don't know, it went into a whole nother thing. The AI is on maximum difficulty. They're on like 99 or whatever. So they're kind of big hossing out here, not gonna lie. They're kind of big hossing. Seem to be running with them decently here. Oh, barely got that win too. Holy shit. Like barely won the last two races and I didn't even realize it. Okay. Let's see what this next track is. If it's interesting, I'll stay on it. If it's not, I'll go over to Supercross. Let's see. Goblin Valley. That looks pretty savage. We might have to race this one. But yeah, so basically, like, obviously space is like my main theme, right? But my favorite on Earth biome is tropical, without a doubt. That's like the most cool looking eye candy shit, you know, whatever you want to call it. That's my favorite on Earth biome. So that's kind of the other little thing that comes along with that. So a lot of times when I go down the road of making like more realistic style tracks and stuff, it seems to a lot of times sort of naturally flow into the tropical vibe. The spaceman, the legend, the space boy. I am currently in the process of optimizing all of my older tracks, by the way. So some of those tracks that had like weird timing gates or fucked up decals or, you know, fucked up collision on the tough blocks, and you couldn't like race on some of my custom tracks because some of them were jacked up in different areas and stuff. I'm working on all that right now. There will be a video coming out on that at the start of 2021. So going to have all of my custom tracks on MX Simulator with a more organized name. I'm going to put my name at the start of the title of the tracks so that it's all organized, kind of like how JGMX does with his tracks. But mine's just going to have Spencer Turley Dash in front of all my tracks so that you can find them all in one place in your track list. Easy, simple. Going in there and fixing timing gates, fixing missing shit, fixing messed up stuff. So we'll have all that going really soon. So you'll get like a whole new experience on all of my tracks on MX Simulator, some of which you've never really been able to experience that way because I had certain files messed up on some of them. Some of my enduro tracks had a lot of lag to them. Going to go in there and get all that fixed up. So we got some big things coming in 2021. Then I obviously have like another 15, 20 tracks pretty much done on MX Simulator. I'm just waiting until I get all my older tracks optimized and get that video out before I start releasing newer tracks on there. But we got that on the way as well. So it's going to be popping off in 2021, no doubt. No doubt. Plus I got an album coming out in 2021. You know, fucking Spectral Blur 69, right? I've really been putting in the work on the music making. I've just kind of figured out a lot of big things on that, so trust me, we're putting the time in on that. We're getting that figured out. We're getting all the little mixing, mastering, compressing, all this horse shit so it actually sounds good. We're getting all that figured out, so we'll have that coming out in 2021 as well. So there's a shitload of things I'm working on behind the scenes right now that you won't really notice how much work I'm putting in until it all comes out next year. But once I do, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The good old Goblin Valley. This track's not bad. Let's go to some Supercross. Go to some Supercross. Yeah, Spencer Turley, the first person to ride a dirt bike on the moon. Yeah. That would be some legendary shit, bro. Just saying. Certainly the first one to ever do it virtually. Damn, got him, didn't I? That was crazy how all that shit even came around back in the day. When I was thinking, I didn't even know it was actually possible. I was like, can you really go in here and make a damn space track in a motocross game? I was like, how am I even going to do that? Right? So then it kind of like got into me figuring out making my own custom skyboxes, and it was like, oh, cool, this is kind of just all based around the skybox. It's not really... So then once I figured out it wasn't really going to be that hard of a thing to do, then I was like, oh, shit. So then, you know, you kind of build from there, then you make skyboxes, and you make different vibes, and you come up with cool custom decals and things like that. then you kind of just make it. So that's how all that got started up, man. Holy jump, daddy. Need to hit that a little slower. Cracking my sack out here. Yeah, as soon as I'm done with this stream, that's what I'm going to go do. Go get back to work on some of my, all of my older tracks that I am optimizing right now. We'll have that. Then when I get to like 100 total custom tracks on MXM, I will come out with a track packet at that point. I think I'm at like somewhere around like 69, 70 tracks or something like that on there. So once I get that number to 100 total custom tracks, then I'll come out with the track pack. Then I'll do all that. Oof. Look at the little... God, that's so interesting how they were, even all the way back in these days, they were kind of playing around with, you know, lowering on certain areas of the jump faces to try to make it look like rutted. It's kind of crazy how they did that, even all the way back in these days. Okay, perfect landing. Jumping into the whoops. Even on the whoops, you can see how they try to make like lowered spots on them and stuff. You kind of have to use these same sort of techniques when you're making custom tracks on MX Simulator to get that sort of character to it and unique vibes and things like that. You kind of got to play around with... I think nowhere near as many people play around with, you know, adjusting the actual lips within the width of the jump face and you know, the whoops, like on the width of them, so it makes it look like there's a pre-made rut going down a whoop section or a pre-made rut going up a jump face. You know, people don't... I feel like they don't do enough of that on MX Sim. Everything's just made way too perfectly, way too, you know, like unrealistic, perfect. But, yeah, once I get all my older tracks on MX Sim, all the newer optimized versions of them out, once I get all that out... then I will start doing streams on those. Now, I'm on Xbox 360 right now. This is actually an OG original Xbox game, but I'm playing it on a 360. So I don't have, like, the whip mod and all whatever that shit you boys are talking about on the PC version of this. I don't have any of that. This is literally old school fucking console level gameplay here. But what I was saying though is once I get that video out on all of my older tracks getting optimized on MX Sim, then I'm gonna start having streams where I go in there in my server and I'm playing on like one specific custom track of mine, and we'll do fun races and stuff like that on it on stream. So that'll be a lot of fun once I get that. That was kind of, you know, a lot of my older tracks that I'd made on MX Sim. I didn't know how timing gates really worked. I didn't know how, you know, tough blocks and collision and all that shit really worked. So a lot of my tracks aren't even really that, like, quote-unquote raceable at their current versions. So that's another one of those things I'm kind of going back in and re-optimizing and fixing and things like that. So once that video gets out, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll really understand. It's going to be revolutionary for my tracks on MX Sim, what I'm working on right now. It's going to be big time. And the way that you're going to know that you have the newer version of it is the name will literally have Spencer Turley dash in front of the name of the track versus just being the name of the track, right? So that's how you'll know you'll have that newest version of it when I actually release all that. That'll be a real easy way to tell, you know, if you have the newer version, which tracks you have the older versions of. You can download the newer versions of them. So, once I get all that done, it'll make a lot more sense. And I'll be making new posts on the forums. There's still a lot of tracks that I didn't even put on the forums yet. A lot of my custom tracks were on, the download links were on MediaFire. You know, I'm wanting to get all of my download links in one area, like on my Google Drive. So there's like a lot of different things I'm doing at once when I say I'm optimizing my older tracks. There's a lot of different things I'm doing. You know, making a more organized name. Let me just get bopped. More organized names, making sure there's no weird like white areas on the track where it's like some decals not showing up or some statues not showing up, making sure the timing gates are working properly. Holy shit. You know, there's a lot of things like that I'm currently working on right now as we speak. But I want to kind of come out with all that at once. So it's like, okay, here's all of my tracks, but newer optimized versions of them. I want to kind of do it all, like come out with that video where I've got all of it done at once. So all I'm saying is be looking out at the start of 2021. Shit's going to be popping, bro. This track's interesting. Got like a little area you go outside the stadium. That's pretty badass. This triple, woo! These jumps ain't no joke, dude. You got to be hossing on these jumps. This is one of those tracks you kind of got to... Oh, that dude just bumped me to the landing. Oh, my God. It's one of those tracks you have to take the outsides on some of these spots here. Oh, my God. We're out here just floating. Just floating. It's interesting how this game had a lot of giant, huge booter-ass jumps on it, but in a way, the physics didn't feel like super floaty. They don't feel what I consider to be like super floaty in this game, which is weird because you're in the air like constantly, but I don't know. They just had a really cool way of making it feel not as floaty and shitty as it could have felt back in these days. They definitely found a cool way to sort of balance all that here. Ooh, that's a quad. Holy shit. Okay, so the triple, and then you got to hit the outside triple here. All right, now the Spency boy's getting it. Now he's getting the vibe. Oh, we overjumped that. These tiny-ass little whoops. Did a wheelie through the whole... Landed in a wheelie through the whole fucking whoop section. Damn, we just got second right there. Nate Adams for the win. No big deal. But yeah, that's when I'm going to start getting back into more like MX Simulator content, MX Simulator streams and stuff. So when I get all my custom tracks optimized and newer versions out. Because that's all I'm really doing on MX Sim right now, is playing in single player, having fun, working on custom tracks. That's all I'm really doing right now. I feel like MX Sim is just turning into this like sandboxy, not as serious, like fart around and play around. Everybody and their grandmother's running some kind of hack in the game right now, so it's just kind of turning into this whole different kind of game. Jumping into the whoops. What a legend. Ooh, boys. Holy shit. Oh, my God, these jumps. Holy shit. Oof. 1 milli subs in 2021. Whew. That would be... Oh, my. That would be some next level shit. I don't know about that one. 100,000 in 2021 would be like fucking solid. If I could do that, that would be legit. It's definitely possible. Once I start streaming more and face camming more and uploading more content and doing all that kind of stuff, it's definitely possible. I just got to stay on it, you know what I mean? Stay on it and upload videos and stream in the same day. That would definitely help push my shit. Yeah, this like purple, I don't even know what you call the color of this gear, but it perfectly matches the little accents on this silver Pro Circuit bike. Perfectly matches. And it's like that perfect galaxy purple, dude. That's what it is. It's not what I would call like girly purple. It's more like, it's not like lavender. It's more like purple and blue mixed together. That's what I consider to be galaxy purple, is like mixing blue and purple together. I don't know. They need to put that on a crown. New official Crayola crown color, Galaxy Purple. Don't worry. I'll take the check. I'll take the check for that one. It's all good. No big deal. Almost jumped to the end of those whoops right there. It's kind of crazy. This one, everything it's got to get... Well, I kind of overjumped her a little. Hold that triple. Of course, we're on the 125 right now. Ripping and sipping, as TKO would say. So obviously, if you're on the 252 stroke, this shit's going to be a little easier. It's kind of got me out of rhythm on this 125. Oh my God, bikes. Ooh, that's a quad. Quad. Boys, that was a lot of fun hopping in there in the Dudesky voice chat last night, though, playing MX bikes. That was a good old time. I'm really going to start doing that a lot more. That was fun. Oh, shit. Right on the last corner. Come on now. Come on now. I have to put in a protest for that one. Gonna have to put in a protest for that one. It's my first time seeing these tracks in like 15 years. No lie. Chicago. This is back when they actually had like real city name stadiums. Yeah, it'd be nice if that new MXGP game actually had more than just one new feature. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Oh. Okay, whoop section. Rah, 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 rah. Bring, ding, 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 ding. Oh, corner. Oh, Spency boy to the lead. Oh, shit. We're going to lose some time right there. Okay. It's crazy how, like, back in these days, they didn't really have any sort of, like, slide mechanic to the physics. Like, you're not going to slide. You know what I mean? You don't really have, like, sliding inertia. Like, no matter how tight you turn, you're going to be planted to the ground. So it's interesting how they developed all of that within, you know, the time they went from this game to Reflex, 5-year time span. Kind of crazy how they developed. That's just another one of those kind of things they sort of developed an actual sliding mechanic to the physics. We're just out here ripping and snorting, boys. Ripping and sipping. Ripping and Big T sipping. I'm going to start calling myself the T Guzzler. We ain't just tea sipping anymore, boy. Tea guzzling. I promise you, if you're drinking unsweet tea, I can't necessarily say this about sweet tea, which I know a lot of you boys are on that sweet tea vibe, which that's cool too, but as long as you're drinking some kind of tea, I salute. Okay? But when you're drinking unsweet tea, you can drink as much of it as you want. I promise you. And you're going to be just fine. You can drink it like it's water. It's just better water, basically. Yeah, easy on the twisted tea there, dog. But like, you know, with sweet tea, you're going to get what I call the sugar sweats. If you drink too much of that, because it's got sugar in it. You know, so if you just keep on drinking that, you're going to be like sugar sweating, right? If you drink, you know, 7 Cokes in a day, you're going to feel like fat turd. You feel like some shit, right? So there's just about nothing else you can just sit there and drink all day long without having some sort of negative effect. But with tea, I'm telling you, with unsweet tea, there is no negative effect. Period. None. It's just water, but better. That's all there is to it. You can drink it just like you would water. You can drink it just as much as you would water. But it's just going to give you just that little bit of pep in your step. Just that little bit of oomph. Wakes your ass up a little bit, right? Kind of gives you that little bit of that Michael Jordan water placebo effect where you think, all right, I got my tea on deck, baby. Nobody can hang with me, right? So it gives you that little vibe with it. But I'm telling you, like, I've never, ever had a side effect of drinking too much tea or had, like, a negative from drinking too much tea. It's never happened in the history of ever. But I have had negatives with drinking too many energy drinks, drinking too many Cokes, drinking too many whatever else. You know, I have had negatives to other things, but not unsweet tea. Yeah, once you realize the fact that I'm not going to answer your question just because you've asked it so many times in a row, it's going to be kind of funny when you realize that one. That's the only reason I'm not answering your question is just because you keep asking it. That's just a little tip to you. If I ever see like basically the same, somebody asking the same question 2 or 3 times in a short span, I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to answer that one. So just giving you a little tip for future. Trust me, I see my chat, all right? If I want to answer it, I'll answer it. Okay, interesting little different track here. Whoa, hauling ass. Oh my God, we hit that berm like a big hoss. Boys, I appreciate all the support on these streams, though. Holy crap. We didn't quite hit 100 today like we did in the last 2, but it's all good. It's all good. Ooh. I think once we get back to some MX bike streams, some reflex streams, it'll get back up to those bigger numbers. It definitely will. I'm just having fun, man. Having so much fun streaming. Like, oh my God. That is certainly something that has been a very different thing for my channel now. Never really streamed much before. Just started doing it like 2 months ago. It's taking her to another level, bro. Just kind of one of those things that adds on to everything else, you know? Streaming, face cams. Once I get back into real life riding, all those things are just going to play into the overall channel, right? So by the end of 2021, we will be like streaming like a big hoss, face cams like a big hoss, real life videos like a big hoss. We'll be having a lot more stuff going at that point in time. I've been going through some weird moves and shit in real life shit like that, so all that should be a lot more settled once we get up to there. Once we get, you know, to 2021 and get all that popping off. Oh my God. All right. Oof. That triple's actually pretty tough on this 125. We're just out here unlocking some of these Supercross tracks, bruh. Now, I'm playing on the 360 here. This is original Xbox backwards compatible on the 360 vibes we got going. I think it's actually faster to not quad that. Huh. Kind of interesting. Oh, did we get the dub? Oh, shit. I think I got like 3rd. Yeah, it's not easy to figure out how to start streaming and getting that quality to look right, and then face cams is like another level on top of everything. It's no joke, man. It's one thing to go in there and like do some commentary over gameplay and something, but once you start doing more than that, it just gets you know, more complicated, more difficult, more things you got to learn how to do, right? Oh. All right, boys, I appreciate you tuning into the stream. That's about it for this one. We'll be back pronto ASAP Rocky. You know what it is. Later, my dudes.